Hi everyone! Today I am putting together my leftover Stamp Camp kits, and I wanted to share what we made so you can kind of see some sneak peeks of the spring mini catalog that starts on, what is it, January 4th, I believe, maybe 5th. I think this one expires on the 4th and this one starts on the 5th of January, so coming up really soon. And this is a sneak peek. It's called Country Bouquet, and there is a matching punch. Love when that happens. So this is kind of a big suite. It's got paper, ribbons, all kinds of stuff, and we used some of it in Stamp Camp. This is the ribbon, but which we did not use, but I wanted to show it to you. It's got this kind of like a burlappy look to it, and red, and it's kind of like crumb cake. Really pretty. And then it's got a stamp set, a punch, and the paper. There we go. Now we used the paper on the card. We should show you the card. But I didn't use it for my little gift packaging because this gingham paper is fantastic. I needed a lot of it, and because I made a whole bunch of these treats, not just for, I made some in a winter theme that I gave to some people, and so then I also used it for Stamp Camp. And this paper is on the retiring list. It's on sale. It's a huge pack of gingham paper. Take a look for it. It's really great, and it comes in, I think there's like 48 sheets, and it's on the clearance last chance list right now. But this is the new paper. It's called Country Floral Lane, and my favorite is this bicycle page because I have a mint green bike with a basket, kind of just like that. Some people on my block call it my Mary Poppins bike. This is really pretty. Balmy blue, sweet sorbet are the colors, mint macaron and blushing bride. So really pretty paper. I've already been using it. Nice patterns. This matches the punch, so you can punch that out if you want. So there we go. Really pretty paper. Okay. The paper that we use is this one. Okay, and we also used the Stamparatus to line this up, and some people at Stamp Camp had not used the Stamparatus before, so that was really fun. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's get started. I've got my little kits left over here. We used Sweet Sorbet as our base, and then it is a half a sheet of cardstock cut half in this way. So this ends up at 8.5 by 5.5. I've got a sheet of Designer Series paper. This is cut 3 inches by 5.5, so it goes all the way to the bottom and right in the center. And then I used the layering circles dies to cut some circle shapes, and we're going to use those and layer them. And then I've also cut a piece of basic white for the inside. This is 4 by 5.25. And then these are some little scraps. This is going to go, you know, when I was cutting some other for a different card, I had little strips left over, and I always like to use them. And so we're going to use that on the inside of the card, and that's for our sentiment. So let me show you how to use that Stamparatus. So here are the stamps all ready where they need to be. And what I did is I just stamped on this grid paper. Now how you can do this is you kind of peel these when you take them off of your sheet and lay them down, and you can kind of test it a few times until you get it right. Lay this one of, doesn't matter which one's first, the greenery or the red piece, the green piece, whatever, and get that down, and then take your other clear piece, take this off. I've got it perfect, so I don't want to take it off, but peel it off, kind of lay it down, look through, see if you've got it right, and you know, lay it on here, and then pick it up with this, and then you've got them together. And test it a few times on some scrap paper. I tested on these little sheets of grid paper, which are in the tool section if you're looking for, and that way I know that they're lined up. So then at Stamp Camp, what I do with my circles, all that they had to do was lay their circle down where mine is, and use the magnets where they know the image isn't going to be. So on a heart, you know that the image is on the 2 sides and the bottom, so you can put this like so. and you're good to go. So we've got a greenery piece and a floral piece. So the floral is going to be Sweet Sorbet. I use the heel of my palm of my hand here to get that down. And it's kind of meant to look, so you can see that it's kind of got darker and lighter. That's intentional. You can see that on the box. So even these have a light and dark area. And then we're going to use the greenery is Mossy Meadow. And we're going to put that down. And look at how cute that is all together. You've got both colors. Done. So then you can kind of keep going. So we were able to pass this around the table and everybody could just get the perfect image. Stamparatus is great for when you're making multiples. And there's fun techniques you can do with it too. I've got some videos on something called the hinge step, where you move an image down on these little hinges and get a nice repeating pattern. I'm going to do it one more time because I have 2 kits left over. And like I said, it doesn't matter if you do the greenery first or the red first. There you go. Now, a nice thing to clean your Stamparatus with is the chamois, because you can kind of hold it in your hand and get in there. All right. Now for our inside, we did some more stamping. I did Happy Valentine's Day. And I wanted to bring in some of that balmy blue from the paper. So I did that in balmy blue. Right centered towards the top. And then some of these little hearts. And then, like I said, I have this little strip of paper, and I thought, well, I might as well use it. You can use the blue or the floral side. Either side is good. I just hate to throw away these little strips of paper. They can go on the top or the bottom. Alright, now how I did it is I used the scallop circle and I put it flat, like so. But then for the image, I popped it up a little bit, and I wonder if you can see it well on video, but it kind of gives a little bit of dimension. You see that raised area and a shadow, and it looks really nice. So let's just gives it a little something extra to have that raised area. So we're gonna, this is it's real similar to one from the catalog. Sometimes you can go through the catalog and get some really great ideas. I wish I could show you the catalog online. I'm not allowed to yet because it's not live until the 5th. But it's based off of one from the catalog. Now I'm also using this metallic woven ribbon. This is Sweet Sorbet, and I have to say the colors on the Sweet Sorbet are not exact. See, it looks a little more pink, whereas the paper is a little more red, but I think it's okay. and I'm going to use it. I think it has to just do with that shimmer, perhaps. I like the shimmer, and this ribbon lays really flat, I have to say. Sometimes you get metallic ribbons and they're very bulky. This is not. It lays really nicely flat. Alright, so I used a glue dot to attach this ribbon, and then we're going to add our sentiment on a little bit of balmy blue, and all it says is just wanted to say. So this is a nice little card that you can do for Valentine's Day like I did, but you can put anything in here, like just wanted to say I love that we are friends, or I love you. I did happy Valentine's Day, but you can also say just wanted to say happy birthday, or just wanted to say happy anniversary. So it's kind of a useful little stamp set, because probably you have some birthday stamps already. If not, I know where you can get some. And then we're just going to trim this. And stick it down. And that's it. Super sweet. Now also from this set we made a treat holder, and I'm going to show you this. This was super easy. We're using this gingham paper like I said, and all I did, it's 12 by 12 paper, so I just cut it at 2.5, and I cut just a whole bunch of this paper at 2.5 inches. I believe I did 2.5. Yes, I did. And when I have a philosophy on treat holders, and I kind of feel like when you put a lot of time and effort into treat holders and then you give it to somebody, you want them to eat it. You don't want them to feel like it's too precious to eat. So I don't add a whole lot. I'm using some little scraps here that I have. I find some scraps, a tiny little bit of paper here. Like I said, this paper is on clearance. It's on sale. I love this ribbon, and it's just real simple. You don't want to have a lot of time. So I want them to get it and eat it, but I do want it to also be easy to open. So if they wanted to, they could maybe buy another treat and refill it and pass it on. So that's kind of another thought with my wrapping here. So I'm going to use this stamp that has the matching little small heart because it fits in the punch. So you can kind of punch them at the same time. I know some people cut them apart, but I like that it fits the punch, so I'm not going to cut mine apart. And I'm going to stamp here. And remember, like I said, it's meant to be dark and light in some areas. And you can always tell by the box, is it dark and light on the printing? Okay, so we're going to punch that out. And attach it to our little stitched circle. And I had these stitch circles, I had a bunch of them, because sometimes when I have little scraps like this, rather than throw this away, I'll cut like a label of some kind, so I always have them ready to go. Since I use a lot of labels, I have a little box full of labels. There we go, right on my desk, my little label box. All right. So there we go. And then I went through my paper and I found tons of little strips like this. And we're going to go ahead and stamp. You can do with love or for you. Both of those are available on this stamp set. I'm going to do with love. I'm going to do that again. I didn't want to get my head in the video, but I might have to. There we go. And then I'm going to just put down a couple mini dimensionals. There we go. All right, now to wrap the box. Here's what I did. Now you might see that I have a cute little border edge here I took my strips and I cut them 2 at a time with the border, basic border dies. It's really cute. I think this is kind of one of those essentials, and I think it's called Basic Borders Dies, and it's got kind of a cloud shape and this little lacy, a rickrack. These are great for envelope flaps or just, you know, nicely sized. You can use them on your scrapbook pages. Really cute. I like these a lot, and I use them often. And all I did was cut one side, and then I went through my bag of paper of white scraps. We all probably have a bag of small little strips of white, you know, like this. And I pulled out some white scraps and I cut a whole bunch of these. So all we're going to do is line them up. So you're just going to add a little adhesive, oops, to the back. And I lined them up. To match, and then cut them off. There. Alright, now these little treats are Lindor chocolate candies, and I had a bunch of red ones that are milk chocolate, and they were perfect for this, but I gave those to everyone already, and all I have left to show you are these blue ones. So they're not quite the right color, but I wanted to show you the box, and it looks like I just got ink on my paper. Bummer. Hopefully I can cover that. Okay, so how I did this. You want to start on the front and hold it. If you need to hold it with something, give yourself a little bit of tear tape or a little tiny bit of adhesive. Don't go crazy. Like I said, we want people to open it and be able to either reuse it or throw it away. It's okay. And then I don't want to spend a lot of time scoring either, because sometimes on these pre-packaged things, they're not all exactly the same, and I've got 12 of them for Stamp Camp, and I bother to score them and they're not right. So all I do is wrap and just kind of give it a little pinch, just a little bit. Then turn, give it a little pinch. Okay, and get up to the top, fold it over, give it a little, see, look at how much space I have left here, and this one only has a little bit, and they're all the same size. So you just, if you spend time measuring one to score it, and then you have trying to make 12, you'll realize that you've got some of them right and some of them wrong. And let's see if I can get that off. All right, so then I don't bother putting any adhesive up here. I just fold it, pinch it, and leave it alone. And then we're going to take our ribbon and wrap it. Going around. Okay, and then this is going to go around the ribbon so it can come off easily. I was hoping it would cover up this ink. It's not. Bummer. Maybe I'll throw some little cutout hearts there or something. I'm going to go around the ribbon so that the ribbon can unwrap easily, and that is it. So here's the better one. Look at this one. Super easy, and you're using up just little scraps of paper that you have, and there you go. Good to give. You can change this for a little bit of a holiday theme. Put a little tree in there, and this would be great to hand to your letter carrier, UPS person, whatever. A little treat. Anybody who helps you out, bus driver. Yeah, just change up the images. But these are great. This will be good for Valentine's. Watch for these new products coming soon. Just 2 weeks. Thanks for watching. Bye.